Hanggang ngayon nga ay hindi pa din magkasundo ang ilang senador, ito nga ay matapos mag-iba-iba ang kanilang pananaw kung tama ba na patalsikan si VP Sara Duterte. Tila wala namang takot si VP Sara na harapin ang kanyang impeachment trial dahil alam umano niya sa sarili niya na naglingkod siya ng tapat sa taong bayan at kaya umano niya itong patunayan sa lahat, may mga resibo umano siya para ipamuka sa mga tumutuligsa sa kanya na malinis ang kanyang kredibilidad. Narito panoorin ang nagbabagang diskusyon patungkol sa pagpapatalsik kay VP Sara.
To improve our processes or our procedure, Mr. President. Tingnan nyo kayo, nakapagsalita kayo, sa pagkakaunawa ko, ito ang motion ni Senator Cayetano. Pa-approve, mag-motion subject to style. Kung pwede po, iwasan natin yun. We are now a court. Hindi tayo mag-approve ng motion subject to style. The motion must be accurately, succinctly stated. Ano ang gusto ninyong ma-achieve, i-move ninyo, then we will decide. No motion subject to style, delikado yun. Tapos delikado, kaya tingnan mo, kanya-kanyang pag-unawa tayo kasi actually, Mr. President, kahit abogado ako, hindi ko na nasundan yung kahaba-habang manifestation ninyo eh. Hindi ko na po nasundan yun. So, let us now state the motion as amended properly, clearly, and correctly. Then let's process it in accordance with parliamentary rules of procedure. That's my suggestion, Mr.
Your Honor,
President.
we have not yet and we are not yet acting on the motion. This is part of the discussions, given that everything is being made of record and not being discussed in the back rooms. And I think this will, if at all, enrich the records so that the people and, if at all, in the future, they can look back to these debates and see how things have developed as it was originally proposed. Senator Villanueva, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And that's the main reason, Mr. President, that this representation would continue to ask the movant. And as earlier mentioned, Mr. President, we are ready to be schooled by our legal luminaries here in this August chamber because this is the first time I'm hearing the word remanding, Mr. President. And that's why I wanted to understand. Because, Mr. President, kung hindi po mai-impede ang impeachment court na ating ginagalawan ngayon in performing its constitutional duties and obligations, then I have no problems, Mr. President, in supporting the motion. And that's the main reason why I wanted to ask, Mr. President, yung tungkol din po doon sa time-bound, hanggang kailan po ito? Kailan natin sasabihin yung hindi madidelay dahil yung defense panel, pati yung prosecution, ayaw natin na masayang yung oras po nila. They have the right, Mr. President, na madinig at madinggin ang kanilang mga issues, Mr. President.
Mr. President?
So if I would,
May I answer?
I was eliciting an answer, Mr. President, to the
Senator
gentleman from
Judge
Taguig.
Cayetano is recognized to
Thank you.
answer with the indulgence of Senator Judge
Yes.
Ontiveros.
I-
You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Senator Ontiveros. To answer the Minority Leader, Senator Judge Pimentel, and Senator Judge Villanueva, first, meron bang delay? As far as I can see po, wala. Kasi kapag tinuloy natin tomorrow yung reading, i-issue nyo rin naman yung summons, 10 days, possible reply, 5 days. So 15 days plus 11, June 26. Very basic din po sa mga huwes na mas gusto nilang sila mismo nakakakita sa sagot ng mga witnesses because hindi lang yung salita ng bibig, pero yung body language o yung actions. So even if we're going to have a trial on 26, ako, sasabihin ko, 26, tapos magsususpend tayo ng 30. Magpapalit tayo, July or August tayo magpapalit ng 12. So I think it would be wiser na yung 24 na ang mag-hear talaga sa August. Bagkus, tingin ko lalong bibilis. Bakit? Because kapag ka ang issue mo, whether unconstitutional yung articles of impeachment, mahabang diskusyon yon. So by returning it to the House of Representatives, you're giving them the opportunity to make it very clear It's akin, Mr. President, to a certification, to certify non-forum shopping. So sa mga korte natin, dahil bawal na kung saan-saan ka mag-file, magfa-file ka ng non-forum shopping. No, so I'll make that clear. Pasensya na, I take it very well, Minority Leader, yung sinabi mong wag subject to style. It was because I was using our two official languages, Filipino and English, in explaining. That's why subject to style. No? The last thing I want to answer is that I don't think there is anything anomalous about returning it to the House but yet issuing the summons. It's not usual, but it's not anomalous. Why? If we send it back to the House for them to certify, pinadala mo rin naman yung same articles sa defendant or sa Vice President para sagutin. So pagbalik natin ng July or August at sinabi nila hindi na sila interesado, for the record na yung sagot ng Vice President. Kung sinabing tuloy, yun din naman yung sagot. Kasi hindi po natin sinasabi na pag niremand o sinaole o binalik sa House of Representatives, ay pwede nilang palitan yung articles of impeachment. Hindi nila pwedeng palitan.
Yes.
Ang pwede lang nilang gawin ay i-certify nga at ibigay sa atin yung circumstances para hindi na tayo mag-judicial notice, hindi na tayo magsupina. So kung nandito sa harap ko ngayon yung prosecutors at sinabi lang, walang violation to, tatanungin ko pa sila isa-isa, kailan pinail yung una? Kailan pinail yung pangalawa? Totoo bang hindi tinanggap? Totoo bang ganito? Pero pag binigay nila sa atin na certified na, no? Meaning pinirmahan nila at pinirma ng mga may hawak ng dokumento, we can decide based on that. And it will give us time. So to try to articulate the motion, no? I move to amend the motion of Senator De La Rosa to dismiss. And instead, I move that we return the articles of impeachment to the House until such time that they certify to us that they did not violate the Constitution, in particular, the filing of more than one impeachment in a year. And number two, a communication from the 20th Congress that they will pursue the impeachment against the Vice President. So let me stop there, Mr. President, and I hope I stated it correctly.
Senator Antiveros is recognized.
Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Para lang mag-ambag pa sa diskusyon, ninonote ko po yung amendment sa motion na ginawa ni Senator Judge De La Rosa at nag-object pa rin po ako sa motion na yan. Pero una po, dun sa point ni Senator Judge De La Rosa na a motion to dismiss is inherent in the powers of every judicial or quasi-judicial body. Hindi po ito totoo. Sa katunayan, maraming rules of procedure actually sinasabi na ang motion to dismiss ay prohibited pleading. Gaya po ng rules of procedure na nag-govern sa mga intercorporate controversies. At kahit pa po kung kailan sila pinapayagan, kung kailan pinapayagan yung motion to dismiss, a motion to dismiss is a litigious motion at hindi po pwedeng i-grant na hindi binibigyan yung affected party ng pagkakataon na marinig. Hindi lang po yan ang gusto kong puntuhin talaga, Mr. Presiding Officer. The one-year bar rule has already been clarified in the case of Gutierrez versus House of Representatives Committee on Justice, GR number 193459, February 15, 2011, gaya ng kinote din ni Senator Judge Poe. The court INRE explained that multiple impeachment complaints can be filed basta't iisang referral lamang sa Committee on Justice ang ginawa. Hindi po nilalabag yung 1987 Constitution. Gutierrez explains the rationale for this and I quote, ibang quote po sa quote ni Senator Judge Poe, "It becomes clear that the consideration behind the intended limitation refers to the element of time and not to the number of complaints. The impeachable officer should defend himself in only one impeachment proceeding so that he will not be precluded from performing his official functions and duties. Similarly, Congress should run only one impeachment proceeding so as not to leave it with little time to attend to its main work of lawmaking. The doctrine laid down in Francisco that initiation means filing and referral remains congruent to the rationale of the constitutional provision. At sa ating sirkumstansya, Mr. Presiding Officer, iisa lang ang impeachment case na kasalukuyang dinidinig. At precisely, arguments for or against should not be debated by us alone. Kaya nga po't inuulit ko yung posisyon ko na respetuhin natin ang due process at bigyan yung parties ng oportunidad madinig at oras, panahon, isumite yung comments sa isyung ito. Sa totoo lang po, ang proper pleading ay motion to quash, pero hindi naman po ito ginagawa ng Senator Judge. Ito po ay fina-file ng defense. Pareho sa Estrada, impeachment, at Corona, impeachment, motions to quash were filed by the defense before the impeachment trials. Yung prosecution sa mga kasong iyon ay binigyan ng oportunidad na mag-oppose. At pagkatapos ng lahat ng iyan, ang impeachment courts ay dinismiss yung motions to quash on the basis of presumption of regularity and parliamentary courtesy. Mr. Presiding Officer, kesyo motion to dismiss o motion to remand, isa lang po yan. O motion to return, iisa lang po iyang lahat. It is an effective termination of the impeachment. That's it. Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Before recognizing Senator Judges Bato, Tolentino, and Gatchalian, Chair would like to respond in the hope of giving clarity to some of the points raised by Senator Judge Ontiveros. The Chair agrees that this is with the point that an order should be made for them to submit compliance. And the Chair views this motion as having that effect. Because as the Chair said earlier, the Presiding Officer said earlier, this will not and does not constitute a dismissal because afterwards, after we settle this issue, and I think Senator Judge Cayetano also clarified that, the same is true with Senator Judge Villanueva, this is in no way a dismissal because we will be issuing summons after this, as stated by the Chair already earlier. I think it would be a mischaracterization as to the intent of the court that is the desired effect. The desired effect or the effect of this would be for orders to be issued to the House of Representatives to comply with the 2 points raised by Senator Cayetano and for the issuance of summons to proceed thereafter. Hence, that proves that this is not a dismissal in any shape, size, or form. Senator Tolentino is recognized.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, just for the record, I heard something about the lack of precedent relative to dismissal. Noong pong nakaraang taon, nagkaroon po ng impeachment case si Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas ng U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Case was dismissed without holding a full trial, Mr. President. So marami pong sinasite na instances dito sa U.S. Senate, pero that's the latest, Mr. President. No full trial conducted. Voting was done along party lines with a score of 51-49, and Secretary Mayorkas of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's case, he was acquitted. Just for the record, Mr. President.
Senator
Dismiss.
Judge Gatchalian, thereafter, Senator Judge De La Rosa. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, una-una, papasalamat po kay Senator Judge Alan Cayetano sa napakalinaw niyang explanation kanina. At marami ho siyang sinabing punto na intindihan ho natin. Pero Mr. Presiding Officer, sa pagkaintindi ko, kung hindi naman po makakadelay ang pagre-remand, bakit hindi na lang ho natin ituloy yung trial proper at doon na ho natin pag-usapan ho to? Ako ho, hindi naman ako nag-o-object sa remand. No? Hindi rin ako nag-o-object sa dismiss kung maganda po yung argumento. Pero nakikita ko ilalabas rin ho to ng defense team sa kanilang presentation. At dito ho natin makikita mabuti yung ebidensya, yung argumento, at maririnig rin ho natin sa kabila, sa prosecution team, kung ano yung kanilang argumento. Dahil kung ito ay ibabalik ho natin by remanding, I'm sure isa-certify rin ho nila na ito ay constitutionally sound. No? So doon na lang ho natin sana pakinggan sa trial proper dahil magkakaroon ho tayo ng oportunidad na tanungin ho sila. Magkakaroon ho tayo ng oportunidad na diretsang matanong ho sila at kausapin. Kaya nakikita ko ho na by entering into this trial proper, mas magiging transparent, mas magiging fair, at higit sa lahat, ang due process ho, ma-exercise ho natin. Pero naintindihan ko po yung explanation ho ni Senator Judge Alan Cayetano. Pero para sa akin po, ulitin ko, ito po para sa akin ay premature na pag-usapan ho ngayon dahil hindi pa ho natin nakikita yung dokumento. At mas maganda ho na mabigyan po ng oportunidad both sides, the prosecution and the defense, na ipakita yung kanilang mga argumento. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you. After Senator Bato, let's may the presiding officer suggest that we proceed to a vote, given that we have adequately deliberated on the matter. Senator De La Rosa is recognized. You may proceed.
Correct, Mr. President. That is what I am about to manifest before this August chamber. That so much explanations and discussions and debates have been made. Can we please divide the House in order to rule on my motion, Mr. President?
Senator, before acting on the motion of Senator Judge De La Rosa, Senator Judge Pimentel, you may proceed, sir.
Yes, Mr. President. So, meron na palang properly stated motion. Medyo mahaba-haba din yun. And,
Senator Cayetano, I believe, stated it earlier.
yes, the word is return. So, sabi ko nga, kung ang synonym ng forthwith ay immediate, may synonym din po ang dismiss. Yan po ay remand at saka return. Lalo na kung makita natin that the return is not necessary to achieve the goals of the Senate President. Let's just do what the Supreme Court does when it has a case. Let's issue an advisory. Okay. Bigyan natin ng summons para kay impeached officer. Mag-advisory tayo sa House Panel of Prosecutors. In addition to the answer filed by the impeached officer, anticipate na natin yun. Answer the following questions raised during the hearing of the Senate as impeachment court. Anong date ngayon? On June 10. And then we can even write down the questions that we want them to answer. It's addressable by an advisory. Hindi ko nakikita bakit dinadala kami sa dismissal, remand, return, whatever is the term, Mr. President. Hindi ko alam bakit kailangan tayo bakit ba tayo namimilipit na ipasok ang isang word that is a synonym or can mean dismissal. I do not understand when a mere advisory can help the court, Mr. President. That's all I want to say.
Senator Bato has a motion. Do you want to say?
That is
Senator
why,
Bato is recognized.
Mr. President, that is why we are going to put this into a vote to settle everything.
Before acting on the motion of Senator De La Rosa for the clarification of some of our colleagues, the motion of Senator Cayetano is to quote, return
Mr. President,
to the House the issues raised by Senator De La Rosa for the purpose of issuing an order that will require compliance with a one-year ban and for the House to issue a resolution affirming their intent to prosecute the case during trial in the 20th Congress.
and for the record, Mr. President, I changed the word remand to return, a non-legal term, to make it plain. So it is in no means a dismissal, Mr. President. Kung dismissal din lang, bumalik tayo sa original na
Your Honor, that
just
is-
to emphasize that it isn't, and just to answer Senator Win na why remand, because the original motion was to dismiss, and I understand why they want it to dismiss. This is a compromise that I feel is both practical and idealistic, Mr. President. In my view, Mr. President.
Again, this will not constitute a dismissal, Senator Judge Pimentel, because as the presiding officer said earlier, we will be issuing summons. after
Why
this vote.
use dangerous words, Mr. President? At saka yung pag-restate mo, ang layo na sa return the issues ang sinabi mo. Wala ko narinig
please,
yun. That's why, Mr. President, ganito na lang gawin natin. Mahaba-haba rin yung supposed to be accurately, clearly stated motion. Can we write it down? Can we flash it? Para makita na natin yung fixed wording. Because I never heard return the issues. Ngayon ko lang narinig sa presiding officer. Kaya magulo, sobrang gulo, Mr. President.
Can we have the Honorable Cayetano restate the motion? Do you want it printed, Coco?
Mr. President, I don't think magulo dun sa pabor eh. Magulo dun sa hindi pabor. Because I restated it already, Mr. President. Whether we use the word remand, whether we use the word return, there is nothing in the Constitution, in our rules, given not only the point na sui generis ang classification ng ating court, yung time na final, yung ating gagawin, this will actually expedite everything. If you map it out, Mr. President, kung ano mangyayari, mas bibilis pa nga dito. Kaya sa akin, Mr. President, bago magbago ang isip ni Senator Bato, we've clarified as much as it can be clarified. So maybe we can just vote on it, Mr. President.
There is a motion made by Senator Bato, amended by
Mr.
Senator
President, before you
Cayetano.
continue, can I invoke Rule 14? So kung may motion, all motions, etc., or any senator shall require it, they shall be committed to writing. Mr. President, I am requiring that it be committed to writing and flashed on the screen para makita natin the details of the motion, Mr. President.
Mr. President, can they type it as I narrate it? Then we can edit it together. Then may I remind everyone that we're already in the period of voting, so it cannot be interrupted anymore. But no, it's in good. Nagtawag na siya. But we will follow. Tama yung motion mo, Mr. Minority Leader. So we will narrate it and so that it will be typewritten.
Can the Secretariat coordinate with Senator Cayetano now while I recognize Senator Judge Binay? What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Binay?
Just one clarificatory question, Mr.
Yes, Your
Presiding
Honor.
Justice. Ano ho ang mangyayari doon sa complaint kung hindi tanggapin ng House yung pagsoli natin?
Hindi po natin, ulitin ko po, hindi po sinosoli yung complaint in the stricted sense of the word dahil nga po, pagkatapos natin pagbotohan to, ano man na mangyari, mag-i-issue po tayo ng summons para pasagutin. Ang pagkakaunawa ko sa layuning ito na kinaklarify na ngayon ay para utusan ng Kamara na magsumite ng paliwanag at compliance sa mga katanungan na ipinukol kanina ng ilang senator judges. Hindi po ito dismissal. Let
Mr.
us
Presiding
disabuse the minds not only of the public but of the senator judges too, that this is tantamount to a dismissal in any shape, size, or form. It is not. And that is not the understanding of the presiding officer as well.
Pero, Mr. Presiding Justice, di ba ang Tagalog po ng return ay isole?
Intayin po natin i-clarify. Pero pinapaliwanag ko nga po, ang pagkakaunawa ko at sinagot ng movant ay hindi yan dismissal. Those who are against the motion, if at all, can think and say all they want that it is. But it is not, and this will soon be proven by the issuance of a summons right after the vote, regardless of the outcome.
So, Mr. Presiding Justice, hindi pwedeng baliwalain ng House of Representatives yung motion na gagawin natin, assuming na it will be...
Utos po ng husgado yon sa Kamara na tumatayong prosecutor sa ngayon sa 19th Congress at maski na sa 20th Congress. Ito'y magiging dagdag patunay para sa presiding officer na itong kasong to ay tatawid sa ika-20 Kongreso at hindi mamamatay sa ika-19 na Kongreso.
Another clarification. I'm sorry. But I think,
Ready na ba kayo?
kasi yung unang posisyon ng ating presiding officer is we cannot compel the 20th Congress to be bound by our decisions. On the other hand, my question is, kung kunwari bukas matuloy yung trial natin at pumunta dito yung mga House prosecutors, hindi ba natin pwedeng tanungin sa kanila sa puntong yon na iklaro na nila yung mga tanong natin at tama din yung sinabi ni Senator Win na mas transparent ang sagot nila kasi hindi pwede yung sila-sila na nag-uusap, isasubmit sa atin. We want to see how they're able to come up with that response and also how they're going to be defending it live with us.
That's for the 20th Congress to decide.
Why?
That was what was discussed earlier. Kaya nga po, di ba, ang paliwanag, napakahabang diskusyon at debate ito, hindi natin kayang pagpasan. Yan ang sinabi ng karamihan. Hindi tayo pwede mag-judicial notice ng mga bagay-bagay na ito. Kaya nga po, para hindi masayang oras, pinapasumitin natin sila habang wala naman tayong pwedeng gawin at magawa. Dahil nga matatapos ang otoridad ng 19th Congress sa June 30. At hindi rin pa po trial ito dahil mag-i-issue pa lamang po tayo ng summons ngayong araw na ito kung saan meron ngang takdang panahon para sumagot ang nasasakdal at kung sakasakali magbigay pa ng reply ang prosecution bago po tayo pumasok dun sa presentasyon ng ebidensya ng magkabilang panig na siyang pinatutungkulan talaga ng trial. I think we should not belabor the point anymore. Senator Bato de la Rosa earlier made the motion and Senator Pimentel required that it be put in writing. May we see it, sir, if it is ready? Lalabas, it should come out in the screen. Ready po ba ready? All those against the motion of Senator Judge Cayetano, please raise your hand. May we get the results? With 18 affirmative votes, 5 negative votes, 0 abstention, the motion of Senator Cayetano is carried. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Tolentino?
Mr. President, my affirmative vote is subject to my qualifying continuing firm stand that the acts of the 19th Congress's impeachment trial court cannot be carried over to the 20th Congress. It has reference to the number 2 paragraph of the amended Senator Judge Cayetano's motion, amending Senator De La Rosa's motion. Please have the said be part of the records of this trial court. Naniniwala po ako na hindi po talaga pwede at dapat tumawid. Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Duly noted and entered into the records, Senator Estrada. Senator Judge Estrada, you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, having previously served 2 terms in the Senate and participated in an impeachment proceeding in the past, I can confidently say that I am no longer inexperienced when it comes to handling matters related to the impeachment process. Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, personally, malalim po ang hugot ko sa issue ng impeachment dahil minsan ang pinagdaanan namin ito ng aming pamilya. Nang ma-impeach ang aking ama, si dating Pangulong Joseph Estrada, noong panahon ng panunungkulan niya, hindi siya nabigyan ng patas na paglilitis dahil naudlot ito bunsod ng pag-walk out ng mga miyembro ng prosecution panel sa kalagitnaan ng isinasagawang pagdinig noon ng Senado. And the rest, as they say, is history. That's why I feel strongly about following each step in the Constitution. It is a sensitive matter that I take to heart. Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, I vote in favor of remanding the impeachment complaint to the House of Representatives in full adherence to the provisions laid down in our Constitution. The process clearly begins in the House, and it is only proper that we respect this mandate to ensure fairness, due process, and institutional integrity. However, the process should be strictly done in accordance with the Constitution and applicable laws or procedure. Ginoong Tagapangulo, makailang beses ko nang nasabi ito, na ang impeachment trial ay nagdudulot lamang ng pagkawatak-watak sa ating bansa. Gayunpaman, bilang halal na lingkod bayan, batid ko ang mabigat na responsibilidad na kaakibat ng pagiging isang senador. Ang umupo bilang isang hurado sa impeachment trial at nakahanda akong tuparin ito. Sa mandatong sinumpaan ko, tungkulin ko na siguruhin na marerespeto ang tamang proseso, mapanatili ang integridad ng ating institusyon, at higit sa lahat, tiyakin na impeachment proceedings ay magiging patas. However, I am well aware that impeachment is a political process, not a judicial one. However, in a political process like impeachment, we must adhere to established procedures to ensure that actions are neither arbitrary or driven solely by political agendas. Mr. Presiding Officer, after hearing the positions articulated by some of our colleagues, I too am convinced that the matter of the impeachment complaint should be remanded to the House of Representatives. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Noted and entered into the record, Senator Judge De La Rosa. Thereafter, Senator Judge Padilla, and thereafter, ladies first, Senator Judge Marcos, and then Senator Judge Gatchalian, in that order. You may proceed, sir.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, just a short manifestation. With all due respect to the presiding officer, may this humble representation request the presiding officer to refer this motion as motion of Senator Bato de la Rosa as amended by Senator Cayetano. Because the way you said it, Mr. President, this is the proposal of Senator Cayetano only. I am already forgotten. So I just would like to manifest that, please, don't forget me, Mr. President.
Noted
Thank you,
and entered into
Mr.
the
Presiding
records.
Officer.
Senator Padilla. You may proceed, sir.
Maraming salamat po, aming tagapangulong pinunong hukom. Gusto ko lamang pong lagay sa talaan ng ating bulwagan na ako po ay katulad ni Senator Tolentino ay naniniwala po na hindi na po dapat tumawid pa sa susunod na Kongreso ang impeachment. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Judge Padilla. With the indulgence of Senator Judge Marcos and Gatchalian, the chair would like to insert in between the manifestations or explanations of vote from the members of the minority. So, Senator Ontiveros, would you like to make your manifestation? Thereafter, Senator Judge Marcos. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. I strenuously vote no to the motion. The wording of the approved motion introduces unnecessary ambiguity to the already politically charged proceedings. Ang return po ay pagsauli o pagbalik. Sa usapin ng judiciary, nire-remand ang kaso pabalik sa lower court for further proceedings. Kaya po, I cannot accept this kind of wording. It is dangerous and disingenuous, particularly when the rules of court have suppletory application. The same purpose could have been achieved by merely asking the House prosecutors to file a compliance and clarify certain issues. Wala pong remand o return sa konstitusyon. Ang obligasyon natin, try and decide. Isa po itong kabalintunaan, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Noted and entered into the record, Senator Judge Marcos. You may proceed, ma'am.
Yes, maraming salamat sa ating presiding officer. Sang-ayon po ako sa motion ni Senator Judge De La Rosa at Senator Judge Cayetano, basta't maliwanag na ititigil ang proseso hanggat di natutupad ang dalawang kondisyon na sinaad ng ating amendment. Ang sabi, accountability? Accountability ba talaga? May dalawang SKL ako dyan. Una, SKL, share ko lang. Share ko lang na si VP Inday Sara ay sinampahan ng kaso sa Komisyon ng Audit, ang COA, sinampahan ng kaso sa Supreme Court, sinampahan ng kaso sa iba't iba pang korte, sinampahan ng kaso ng Department of Justice, pati na rin ng PNP, at sinampahan ng kaso ng disbarment. At kanina lamang, may panibagong isasampang 612 million na namang confidential fund ng OVP at ng Department of Education. Walang tigil na kaso. Kung accountability ang tunay na gusto ng mga birit ng birit, bakit hindi paghusayan ang mga kaso para panagutin si VP Inday sa mga yan? May multa yan, may kulong, if ever mapatunayan. Aba, damang-dama ang accountability kapag ganyan. Itong impeachment na inipit, inupuan, nilimliman, minadali, ibinalibag sa Senado sa dulo ng sesyon. Ito ay ang pinakamaliit na iskinita ng accountability na yan. Itong ipinipilit na impeachment, aminin man nila o hindi, ay para lamang manira ng imahe ng isang publiko at walang uuwian, kundi pag-disqualify kay VP Inday Sara para sa eleksyon ng 2028. Yun lamang ito. Pinahihirapan pa natin ang ating mga sarili. Alam naman nating lahat, tayo at ang sambayanan. Hindi accountability ito. Tungkol ito sa pagpigil kay VP Inday Sara para sa 2028. Huwag na tayo mag-production number. Yan ang gustong puntiryahin. Kaya ang pangalawa kong SKL, ikalawa SKL, saan ka lulugar? Kapag umuo ka sa pagpatuloy ng impeachment, magpadala ka sa mga ambisyoso ng 2028. Kapag pinadismiss o pinaremand mo naman, sasabihan kang pinoprotektahan mo si Inday. SKL, saan ka lulugar? Ako, sa tama. Magpakatotoo tayo, mga kapatid na hukom at senador. Malayo pa ang 2028. Maraming gutom at naghihintay ng serbisyo mula sa Senado. Hindi tanga ang Pilipino. Alam natin ang motibo at tunay na pakay ng mga lulong sa ambisyon at kapangyarihan. Maraming salamat po.
Noted and entered into the records. Chair would like to warn the people in the gallery to kindly refrain from making statements while the court is in session. Coco, win muna. Senator Judge Gatchalian is recognized.
Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Yung boto ko po, wala pong kinalaman kung ang articles of impeachment ay constitutionally infirm or constitutionally superior or constitutionally sound. Ang akin lang pong boto ay may kaugnayan sa transparency. Kung saan sana sa open trial, dito natin pinag-usapan itong issue na ito para mabigyan natin ng oportunidad ang prosecution as well as the defense. Kasi ako naniniwala na gagamitin rin ito ng defense sa kanilang proceedings. At dito po sa open trial or sa trial proper, magkakaroon na ho tayo ng oportunidad rin, tayo mismo, mga senator judges, na tanungin, busisiin yung dokumento at kung mahina ang depensa ng prosecution o mahina ang argumento ng prosecution team, pwede pa nating outright i-dismiss doon po sa open trial or sa trial proper. Sa ganitong paraan, magiging transparent at magkakaroon ng fairness at due process. So mga kasama sa ating Mr. Presiding Officer, ang aking pananaw dito ay premature ang nangyari. Pero rinirespeto ho natin ang desisyon at pagboto ng mayorya dahil ito po ang kanilang nakikitang daan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Judge Gatchalian. Senator Judge Pimentel. You may proceed, sir.
Just a very brief explanation of vote, Mr. President. So, I voted no to the motion because it clearly contains dangerous language susceptible to a lot of interpretations, Mr. President. Kita naman natin sa explanation of vote ng ating mga kasama, suspend lang palang gusto, return ang ginamit. Return na nga ang ginamit, remand ang explanation. So, ganun kadelikado po yung lingwahe na ginamit natin. Tapos yung gusto natin ma-achieve, dali lang yun. That's achievable by an advisory as I suggested earlier, Mr. President. Well, at any rate, Mr. President, we are communicating, if you will, the motion communicates with a body which is not yet in existence actually. Nasa 19th Congress pa tayo, but we want to already talk to or communicate with the 20th Congress. But as someone who did not vote for the motion, ang konsuelo ko lang siguro dun, yung number 2 actually recognizes cross-Congress transfer of the impeachment case from the 19th to the 20th Congress. That is now the clear and unmistakable interpretation of number 2. So thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Duly noted and entered into the records. Senator Judge Poe, you may proceed, ma'am.
While I voted no to the proposal of Senator Bato de la Rosa as amended by Senator Cayetano, for it to be remanded as opposed to dismiss the, tama ba yun? O, for it to be returned as opposed to being dismissed, the impeachment case. I would like to make it clear that I respect the decision of the majority and also that ang paglilitis ay hindi hatol ng pagkakasala. At gaya nga ng sinabi ni Senator Win Gatchalian, para sa akin, maganda kasi pagka naririnig mo talaga kung ano ang mga argumento ng prosecution. Imbis na iba kasi pag dokumento lang ang isusumite at babasahin. Ngayon, noon ko pa sinasabi na naniniwala ako na dapat tuloy-tuloy talaga ang paghatol nito at hindi lamang matatapos dito sa Kongreso na to. Pero nakakalito rin yung mga ibang posisyon na nagsasabi we cannot compel the next Congress to act on our motion or unleft, what do you call this, or unfinished business or work. Kaya nga, kahit na meron tayong pinagbotohan na ganyan, there is no guarantee. I don't think it's binding to say that the 20th Congress will take this up. Yun lang yung para sa akin din. At saka, ang sinasabi nga, di ba, the Constitution says that once a complaint is filed, kinakailangan forthwith nga or magkakaroon ng trial para dito. So ang iniisip ko lang, 19th Congress and what our mandate is to actually hold a trial. Ngayon, sinasabi ng ating officer or presiding officer, sinasabi ng ating presiding officer na tuloy-tuloy pa naman ang summons nito. Magpapadala ng summons. So siguro ang tanong ko para malinawan, magpapadala tayo, unang-una, return to the House. Kung sumagot sila bukas, na may sagot na sila, tapos pinadala natin yung summons, after 10 days, may dapat sila sumagot, so napadala dito sa atin. Tapos sabihin ng prosecution, ng House, we don't need 5 days to prepare. We're already ready. Kunyari, after 10 days. So after 10 days from whenever, so that's still before still before June 30. Will we proceed with this trial, Mr. Presiding Officer?
The chair reserves the right later on to also explain his vote. The lady's in the process of explaining her vote, and she may proceed.
Okay. So I guess this is explanation of vote cannot be a hybrid of a question as well. But again, I will put forth that question because that's also one of the reasons why I couldn't really agree with the decision to return it to the House, because these are all the other questions that I feel were not addressed by the resolution that was just passed. So that's all, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you for the
Senator
opportunity.
Judge can make that inquiry and maybe responded to by the presiding officer or any member after we finish the explanations of vote by the Senator Judges. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Tolentino?
Mr. Presiding Officer, a few days ago, this representation filed a Senate Resolution 1637, which has yet to be referred either to the Committee on Rules or to this plenary or to this impeachment court, calling for an expedited trial, calendar trial, Mr. President. Would the actions taken by the impeachment court today to clarify and set the record straight, Mr. President, mean that the same has been denied, Mr. President?
Very much like the question of Senator Judge Poe. The court can address that after all of the Senator Judges shall have explained their votes, so that we can set this aside already.
Yes.
Any other member who wishes to explain their vote?
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This representation just expects a ruling from the presiding officer. Thank you.
At the proper time, the senator judge can make a motion with respect to the published proposed calendar before the impeachment court, but no such motion is pending yet for the chair, the presiding officer, to make a ruling on. But at the proper time, we will entertain any such motions. Senator Judge Cayetano may proceed for his explanation.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, I was just reminded that my motion to amend the motion of Senator Bato was because Senator Bongo mentioned that is an option. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. And, you know, it happened very fast today, but between dismissal or actually dividing the House today or tomorrow, whether it should be dismissed, that's the problem with the compromise, Mr. President. No one's totally happy. But I think we have upheld our oath to be politically neutral. And as I said in the written motion, Mr. President, this does not dismiss nor in any manner terminate this impeachment proceeding. Now, if the House of Representatives themselves see a constitutional defect in the articles of impeachment or decide not to pursue it in the 20th Congress, we actually expedited the process. So let me stop there and thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, and thank you, our colleagues, for, you know, nairaos natin ang desisyon na to na napakahirap. Napakahirap. Akala ko po talaga bukas pa tayo mag-uusap and hindi ganito kabibigat na mga motion ng ating pag-uusap. But I did expect Senator Bato to speak dahil nagsabi siya kahapon na before the taking of the oath, gusto niya magsalita. So I'd like to thank all of our colleagues who had the cooler heads and you know, we're able to discuss this intelligently. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to our colleagues.
Thank you. Senator Judge Cayetano. Any other member who wishes to explain his or her vote? Chair would like to make of record a few words regarding the just finished vote then. The presiding officer would like to thank the members of the Senate Impeachment Court, as stated by Senator Cayetano, for being able to engage in a lively discourse that enriched not only the records of the Senate, but also the debate that is going on even beyond the halls of this chamber. Nagpapasalamat po ako na nairaos natin ang unang pinagbotohan ng impeachment court. Marami pa po tayong pagdadaan ng botohan bilang isang impeachment court sa mga susunod na linggo at buwan ngayong ika-19 o ika-20 kongreso man. Subalit nais ko ring sabihin na dun sa mga dudoso at nagdududa sa loob o sa labas man ng bulwagang ito, maliwanag ang intensyon ng Senate Impeachment Court sa katatapos lamang na botohan. Walang intensyon na i-dismiss ang kasong ito. Ang intensyon ay mabigyan ng pagkakataon ang mga prosecutors na sumagot sa ilang tinuturing mga katanungan nang hindi inaaksaya ang panahon ng korte at nang hindi pa hinuhusgahan ang bagay na ito. Ang ating pinagbotohan hindi hinusgahan na lumabag ang Kamara sa 1-year ban. Hindi hinusgahan na ayaw na ng ng ika-20 Kongreso ang impeachment complaint na ito. Kaya nga po tayo magtatanong at mag-i-issue ng order. Again, with the issuance of the summons in a few minutes from now, I think it will be made clear that no such intention, that there is no such intention, and that there is every intention by this impeachment court to comply with the rules, at least insofar as the issuance of the summons under our rules enduring the 19th Congress. So with the permission of Senator Judges Grace Poe and Francis Tolentino, the Chair, pursuant to Article 7 of the impeachment rules, which provide, upon the presentation of the articles of impeachment and the organization of the Senate, as herein above provided, a writ of summons shall be issued to the person impeached, reciting or incorporating said articles and notifying her to appear before the Senate on a day and at a place to be fixed by the Senate and named in such writ, and to file her answer to the articles of impeachment within a non-extendable period of 10 days from receipt thereof, to which the prosecutors may reply within a non-extendable period of 5 days therefrom, and to stand to and abide by the orders and judgments of the Senate. The court, therefore, having been organized and the articles of impeachment having been referred thereto, hereby issues the writ of summons to Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte, who is directed to file her answer within a non-extendable period of 10 days from receipt of the summons and a copy of the complaint, pursuant to Article 7 of the impeachment rules. So ordered. What is the pleasure of Senator Ontiveros?
May I seek clarification from the presiding officer?
The lady may proceed.
What is the effect, Mr. Presiding Officer, of the vote, the action taken tonight, effect on the scheduled presentation of articles tomorrow? That which was, sir,
It is-
part of the approved motion last night.
The original plan that we discussed on the floor yesterday was for the House prosecutors to read the articles of impeachment before the impeachment court, before the Senate rather, which will serve as the signal for us to convene as an impeachment court. However, if you recall, Senator Judge Ontiveros, that was amended and changed yesterday when we simply referred it to the Committee on Rules, which in turn served as the basis for the convening of the impeachment court, which we did earlier. The presentation of the articles of impeachment by the House prosecution panel, therefore, at this juncture, would be rendered moot already, given that we not only have convened the impeachment court, we also already issued summons to the respondent, defendant. There would be no further action on their part that they can or may take before the court.
So, Mr. Presiding Officer, if the originally scheduled presentation of articles by the House prosecutors tomorrow is rendered moot by the action taken tonight, yung kabuoang presentation of articles ba ay mangyayari pa or hindi na mangyayari? Kung mangyayari po, kailan?
Sa pagkakaunawa po, hindi na dahil hindi na kailangan dahil pinagpasahan nga po kahapon ng Senado bilang plenaryo na ayon sa sinabi ni Senator Judge Padilla kahapon na ang pag-refer ng impeachment sa Rules Committee, yun na yun tulad ng ginawa sa mga nagdaang impeachment. Kaya nga po kanina, dinischarge na rin natin ang Rules Committee ni Senator Tolentino kaugnay sa pinasang impeachment rules sa kanila.
Mr. President,
Senator Judge
Salamat,
De La Rosa.
Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Ontiveros.
Mr. Presiding Officer, just procedural clarification.
You may proceed, sir.
Once we decided to return the articles of impeachment to the House, am I correct to assume that technically we don't have the jurisdiction of these articles of impeachment already because we return it? So bakit pa natin magpapatuloy tayo sa pagbigay ng subpoena sa respondent kung binalik natin? Siguro kung mabalik na yun sa atin, saka pa tayo magpapatawag ng mag-issue ng summons. Kasi technically wala tayong jurisdiction ngayon sa articles of impeachment dahil binalik natin sa kanila ang articles of impeachment. So wala sa atin. So ano ngayon ang magiging basis? Like for example, magpadala tayo ng subpoena kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Anong attachment ilagay natin sa subpoena? Articles of impeachment should be attached to the subpoena. So anong Anong personality natin to atas na subpoena na ang subpoena ay binalik natin sa House? So, technically, we don't have jurisdiction over the articles of impeachment. That's my humble understanding. Again, I am not a lawyer, Mr. President.
Senator-
Nag-iisip lang. I'm just guided by the Holy Spirit, Mr. President. To be honest, Holy Spirit is guiding me all the time. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Ontiveros, you are recognized, ma'am.
Mr. Presiding Officer, yung kasasabing wala ng jurisdiction ang impeachment trial court na ito, yan ay pag-amin, yan ay pagsisinungaling dun sa phrase, sa pinagbotohang motion kani-kanina lang na without dismissing or terminating the complaint. Nasa sa atin na eh. Tapos ngayon pala, gumawa tayo ng aksyon para mawalan ng jurisdiction. At pati ba naman yung pag-summons na i-issue ng presiding officer, pati yon ay gustong bawiin mula sa kamay ng impeachment court. So nakikita natin, Mr. President, talagang brick by brick, stone by stone, dinidismantle itong impeachment trial process at dinidismantle yung impeachment complaint. Napakalaking disservice po sa ating dapat tungkulin sa ilalim ng konstitusyon.
Session is
Mr.
suspended.
Presiding Officer.
Officer recognizes Senator Judge Cayetano to respond to the earlier manifestation and the motion of Senator Judge De La Rosa.
Sir President, I have not heard of any court in the world that has 23 or 24 judges. Even our own very Supreme Court, very good, excellent Supreme Court, that is always in session throughout the year except when they're in a recess, don't always agree with each other. That's why when you have oral arguments, especially in division, and justice asks questions, that is not a pronouncement of the court. That is the pronouncement or opinion or question of a justice. And to be fair to those justices, sometimes yung tanong niya baliktad nung kanyang opinion. Kasi kanya-kanyang style yan ng pagtatanong. So, the language of our motion is very clear. It's not dismissed, it's not terminated. Whatever words we use, it's very clear. Having said that, Mr. President, I did not object a while ago to the issuance of summons. One, because it's in the rules. Two, we explained it a while ago that it's not anomalous to issue it. It's just not also regular because precisely we asked that the articles be returned. But the explanation there is that when it is returned back to us, if and when it is returned back to us, what they will return is a certification and that it did not violate the Constitution, and it will also show the factual circumstances of the filing of the first 3 impeachment complaint. Hindi nila pwedeng baguhin yung articles of impeachment, lalong magiging unconstitutional yon. Then you'll have to issue another summons with the amended articles. No? So, meaning, Mr. President, when we explain our vote, we give our impressions and our interpretations, but that's not the ruling of the court. And I think our motion and what we have decided today is very clear and very plain. And we just follow the letter of the motion. So it will be sent to the House of Representatives. The order will be basically a faithful reproduction of what we had on screen. And we will wait next Congress for the 12 of us who will be here and the next 12 who have been proclaimed by the COMELEC, and we will act based on yung binigay nila. So kung anuman ang sagot ng ating Vice President, we will just follow the rules that the prosecutors will have 5 days to reply, and then the rest will be up to the impeachment court and the prosecutors in the 20th Congress. That's my interpretation, Mr. President, but even my interpretation is not the ruling of the court.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you, Mr.
Senator Judge Cayetano. Now, acting on the earlier questions of Senator Judges Tolentino and Poe, which pertains to the calendar of the court, the understanding of the presiding officer is that Senator Judge Tolentino filed a resolution containing the proposed calendar, which has not yet been referred to the impeachment court because it is in the order of business that is yet to be read once we resume and revert back and sit as a Senate, which we will do as soon as it is over. Thereafter, we will be referring it to the impeachment court.
But my query, Mr. Presiding Officer, is that will there still be time for the court to address the matter, adoption or denial of the same, Mr. Presiding Officer?
Perhaps not, Your Honor, because, as pointed out by Senator Judge Ontiveros earlier, there may be no need for the prosecutors to do anything tomorrow, especially given the fact that the other party, the defendant, the respondent in this case, was not so notified that that will be the subject matter of
yes,
the court's consideration.
So impliedly, Mr. President, can the court now consider the same as moot, quote unquote, or denied, Mr. Presiding Officer? Just for the record.
Can we use the word archived after it shall have been referred to the impeachment court?
The intention of this representation, Judge, Mr. President, is to have the same reflected in the records of the trial court, Mr. President.
Then the chair so orders that after it shall have been referred to the impeachment court, that the same shall form part of the records of the impeachment court. But that has to be done in plenary, with the Senate not acting anymore as an impeachment court.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Ontiveros, ma'am. You may proceed, ma'am.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I just want to respectfully correct what the good presiding officer stated earlier. This representation definitely did not say that there's nothing anymore for the prosecutors to do
in
tomorrow
response to the query
or any other
of the
day.
Honorable Senator Judge Ontiveros.
Yes, Mr.
So
President.
clarified.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, rather, because it was the presiding officer who said that the presentation of articles tomorrow, as originally approved in the motion yesterday, would be rendered moot. But
Let the record
that is not
so
at
reflect
all
that.
my desired or ideal scenario, Mr. Presiding Officer. Salamat po.
Let the record so reflect that it was in response to the query of Senator Judge Ontiveros. Hearing is suspended.
To the Senate President's designation of Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2868 and House Bill number 10987. These are both anti-POGO bills. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Chair hereby designates the following as chairman and members of the Senate panel on the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2868 as follows. Senator Win Gatchalian, chairman, Senator Risa Ontiveros, Senator Pia Cayetano, Senator Joel Villanueva, and Senator Grace Poe as members. So ordered. Majority Voter Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed to the Senate President's designation of Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2982, the Bill on the Fiscal Autonomy Act of the Judicial Branch of Government, and House Bill number 11358, the Bill on the Judiciary Fiscal Autonomy Act. So move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? There being none, motion is approved. Following members are hereby designated as Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2892 and House Bill number 11358 as follows. Senator Aquilino Coco Pimentel III as chairperson, the Senate President, and Senator Raffy Tulfo as members thereof. So ordered. Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we adjourn the session until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Wednesday, June 11, 2025.
Any objection? Hearing none. Session is adjourned until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Wednesday, June 11, 2025. Thank you and good evening.
Good sponsor, Mr. President. Bago po ako buboto, nagpapasalamat ako na tinanggap ang panukala kong pagbabago sa seksyon ukol sa transparency and accountability. Malaking bagay kung isa sa batas ito sa kabila ng makailang ulit na kabiguan, magkaroon ng Freedom of Information Law sa ating bansa. Nagpapasalamat din ako na kasama sa mga datos na isa sa publiko ang mga magiging epekto ng pagmimina sa ating mga natural capital na tinatakda ng RA 11995 o PENCAS Law. Gayunpaman, ikinalulungkot ko na hindi na isama ang dalawa kong rekomendasyon. Una, ang pagdagdag sa royalty na nauukol sa mga katutubo, kapalit ng pahintulot nila na magmina sa lupang ninuno o ancestral domain. Isinulong ko na gawing sahig o floor ang 2%, subalit ginawang ceiling o bubong ito para sa mga makukuha ng mga katutubong nagmamay-ari sa lupang ninuno. Tinatayang 790 million pesos ang royalty na natanggap ng mga katutubo noong 2023. 1% lamang ito sa halaga ng mineral na nilalabas sa kanilang mga ancestral domain. Maliit na halaga na, nababawasan pa dahil binubuwisan ng gobyerno ng income tax ang royalties na tinatanggap ng mga katutubo. Pangalawa, ang panukalang export tax. Tinutulak ko ito hindi lamang sa karagdagang buwis, subalit dahil sa kinakailangang pananalapi upang mapondohan ang isang National Industrialization Program na aking sinusulong sa Alternative Minerals Management Bill. At pangatlo, totoong meron nakukuhang royalty ang Mines and Geosciences Bureau, ngunit ito'y limitado lamang sa mga mineral reservations. Binababaan pa mula sa 5% at ngayon 3% na lamang sa BICAM version. Malaking bahagi nito'y masasabing reimbursement o bayad lamang para sa nagastos na ng pamahalaan sa pagtuklas ng mga mineral. Sa mga kadahilanang ito, Mr. President and good sponsor, ikanululungkot ko na boboto akong no sa mining fiscal tax regime bill. Salamat, Mr.
Noted
President.
and entered into the records. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, we are in receipt.
We have not yet acted on the motion.
Yes, I'm sorry,
Okay.
Mr. President. Mr. President, there is a move here to ratify the disagreeing provisions, the conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of the Mining Act, and let the text of the joint explanation be deemed spread into the records of the chamber. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. The conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill number 2826 and House Bill number 8937 is hereby approved and ratified. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, we are in receipt of the conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill number 2899 and House Bill number 9293, the bills on the landmark Philippine Nuclear Energy Safety Act. With that, I move to recognize the chairman of the Senate panel, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, to give us the highlights of the conference committee report. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Senator Cayetano is recognized. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, Mr. President, salamat sa Panginoon. Pangalawa po, sa lahat ng ating mga colleagues. Special mention po kay Senator Win, Senator Pia, dun sa mga areas na tungkol sa energy, sa PhilAtom. Special mention po kay Senator Risa Antiveros, Senator Lauren Legarda, the minority leader when it comes to protecting the environment, safety, security. Having said that, Mr. President, malinaw ang objective ng bill na to, ihiwalay ang ahensya na nagpro-promote ng atomic at nuclear energy at ang ahensya na magre-regulate. And when I say atomic energy, this includes for medical purposes, agriculture, etc. Having said that, Mr. President, let me take this opportunity in behalf of the whole Committee on Science Technology to thank first and foremost our Majority Leader, who is supposed to chair that committee but allowed me to take over. To thank Senator Mig Subiri for the enhanced Philippine Science High School Act. Thank Senator Pia for the virology, creating that very important aspect, taking note of that very important aspect that we neglected before the pandemic. And may I also thank the House of Representatives and everyone here, yung e-governance law, yung Konektadong Pinoy, together with PhilAtom, I feel with the virology and the Philippine High School will be game changers in the years to come. So may I ask, Mr. President, that yung joint explanation be part of the record, and I hope that the implementations of this act will give honor to the hard work of the different authors and technical. Let me also thank the consultants who gave us the technical and scientific knowledge to pass all of these laws. Thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to thank again Senator Alan Peter Cayetano for the passage of the Philippine Nuclear Energy Act and for accepting our proposal to have the notion of modular nuclear plants, Mr. President. Mr. President, mamaya po ay...
We have not yet acted on the motion.
Mr. President, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano likewise intimated to me that Congressman Mark Cojuangco really did the spade work for this. Ang tagal po niyang pinagtrabahuhan ito at araw-araw kinukulit po ako, hindi ko na naintindihan. So we acknowledge likewise the work done by Congressman Mark Cojuangco. Mr. President, I move that we approve and ratify the conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill number 2899 and House Bill 9293, and let the text of the joint explanation be deemed spread into the records of the chamber. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, the conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill number 2899 and House Bill number 9293 is hereby approved and ratified. Congratulations to the authors. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, before we proceed with the short manifestation of Senator J.B. Ejercito as well as the privileged speech of Senator Pia Cayetano, later on, Mr. President, I will be sponsoring a resolution extolling the leadership of our good Senate President. Subalit ang magbabasa na po noon ay si Senator J.B. Ejercito. So allow me to state for the record that with Senator Ejercito reading the sponsorship speech, this does not in any way diminish the deep respect and high regard I hold for the distinguished gentleman at the helm of this chamber. As the ancients would say, virtus in arduis. Virtue shines in times of difficulty. Truly, the Senate President has led us with both steadiness and strength through such times. Mamaya po, yung speech ko, si Senator J.B. na ang magbabasa. Pinatikim ko lang po kayo noon, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that we recognize Senator J.B. Ejercito for a short manifestation.
Thank you, nevertheless, Majority Floor Leader. The Honorable Ejercito is recognized. You may proceed, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, dear colleagues. This is just a short manifestation. It has come to our attention that there was an approved motion from our counterparts from the House of Representatives withdrawing from their adoption of Senate Bill number 2838 as amendment to House Bill number 6557. This is the Magna Carta for barangay health workers. For the record, Mr. President, and for the information of all our beloved BHWs, we would like to express our sadness and disappointment with this current development. All along, we were expecting that this bill which aims to acknowledge and recognize the hard work and dedication of our unsung heroes, was just at the doorsteps of Malacanang, waiting to be signed into law. Sa kasamaang palad po sa pagbawi na makasama natin mula sa House of Representatives ng kanilang acceptance ng Senate version, ito ay mistulang hakbang paatras para sa tuluyang pagsasabatas ng panukalang nating ito. Mr. President, matagal na pong inaantay ito ng ating barangay health workers, whom I consider one of the most overworked yet undercompensated. Sila po ang ating talagang frontliners at nakita natin ang kanila pong dedikasyon, ang kanila pong serbisyo, lalo na noong panahon ng pandemya. Umulan man o umaraw, kinakagat pa ng aso at tinahabol pa. Ang ating BHWs ay nandyan para magtrabaho upang pangalagaan ang ating kalusugan. To all our BHWs, our frontliners during the pandemic, are force multipliers for the implementation of the universal health care. Your Senate has always been aware, sensitive, and concerned of your struggles. We remain firm in believing that the Magna Carta for BHW should be passed into law to justly compensate your service to our people. Sa bahagi po ng Senado, ginawa po namin ang aming tungkulin. Ngunit makakaasa po kayo na patuloy kami nakasuporta sa lahat ng ating barangay health workers. Maghihintay kami sa susunod na mga hakbang na maaaring gawin ng House of Representatives para umusad ang panukalang ito na handog natin sa ating mga bayaning BHWs. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
What is the pleasure of the Honorable Zubiri?
Mr. President, I would just like to second the manifestation of Senator J.V. Ejercito.
The gentleman may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, I am disheartened, I'm saddened by the idea that the House of Representatives withdrew their support of such an important measure for our BHWs, barangay health workers. At least we put it on record that the Senate stood up to the challenge in helping our BHWs. We did our best, Mr. President. You did your best. We did our best. And it's just unfortunate that they had to withdraw the adoption of the measure, which will put the nail on the coffin of this measure for the 19th Congress. So we just like to put that on record, including, not to mention our minimum wage bill, Mr. President, that you and I have been fighting for from the very beginning. They continuously insist on the 200 peso minimum wage. We all know that the businessmen, the small and medium enterprises cannot afford such a large sum, and they insist on that amount when we are 100 pesos a day per minimum wage earner increase. So that puts us in a bind, and now it does not move forward. It is the last day today before we adjourn on CNG. We'd like to inform all the workers, laborers, minimum wage earners that the Senate did its best to fight for the rights and, of course, the fiscal incentive of having another 100 pesos a day minimum wage increase in their salary. Naawa po ako sa kanila. Again, I'm also disheartened with the fact that they don't want to negotiate with us. Obviously, if we adopt the 200 peso minimum wage bill, mavivito ni Presidente yan. Definitely that will be vetoed. And if that will be vetoed, we torpedo the measure and it looks bad on everyone. So, Mr. President, I just want to put that on record, that the Senate has stood up and fought for these sectors. Unfortunately, our friends in the House have not been very accommodating on this issue. So, I just want to vent out my sadness on these particular two topics. And I thank the Senate President and our colleagues for fighting side by side with us in pushing for these social justice measures. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
May I know the status of the bill?
As member of the BICAM, the sponsor is here. I believe that they don't want to discuss anything unless we adopt the 200 pesos per day, which we all know the the businessmen cannot afford.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President, just to report out to the body, Mr. President, if you recall, we passed this measure more than a year ago, and we were able to get the official third reading measure passed by the House of Representatives less than 48 hours before we will actually adjourn. And yesterday, Mr. President, we have talked to some members of the conferees. And in fact, last night, together with the Senate President, they were saying that they are amenable to the Senate version, to adopting the Senate version. And so we thought that it's going to happen, but unfortunately, even this morning, I got some calls from the members of the media asking me to react on the letter sent by this representation yesterday morning appealing that our version be adopted. But today, apparently, there was a letter circulating, and I would say, I have to say that this is not an official letter because I have not received any letter from the chairperson of the Senate, House of Reps Committee on Labor chairperson, that they will continue to push for their own version. However, Mr. President, a lot of labor groups, including the wage boards, etc., are calling our counterparts in the House to adopt the Senate version, which they all support. So let me just put that on record. Hope springs eternal. We still have time. If they would adopt today the version of the Senate, then we would be very happy to report it out to our workers who deserve nothing but more, Mr. President, when it comes to getting their salaries. Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you,
President.
Senator Joel, for enlightening this August chamber with regard to the legislated wage hike. Senator Pia Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would simply like to join the our colleague, Senator J.V. Ejercito, in his manifestation regarding his dismay and disappointment on the what transpired and what the fate of the Barangay Magna Carta for Barangay Health Workers bill is. That's all.
Thank you.
Mr. President, my dear colleagues, our Senate staff, our Senate Secretariat, our guests, my Commander-in-Chief is also here, our dear countrymen. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. I am about to deliver my valedictory speech. This is one perk of being a senator which I would relish the most. My father was the valedictorian of all his classes throughout his academic life, from elementary, high school, college, and even up to College of Law. I was never a valedictorian, but I still get to deliver a valedictory speech. Swerte ko naman. Sabi ng ating konstitusyon, sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. I have been blessed by God and the Filipino people with the opportunity to hold a high government position. These 13 plus years I have spent as a senator in the service of the Filipino people have been the most fulfilling years of my life. This is an opportunity and an experience not given to many. I am very grateful to the universe for this. Who would have predicted or who would have thought that this would happen to an introvert person like me? My Senate journey began not in the usual way, but through an extraordinary and unique experience that tested our resolve and faith in the democratic process. But I am grateful that what began as an electoral protest has since grown into a relationship marked by mutual respect, collaboration, and even friendship. A reminder, kumpari pa. So a reminder that in the end, we are all here to serve the Filipino people. So let me go back to the decision which allowed me to be part of this chamber, Mr. President. Siguro nalimutan na nila, pero hindi ko po nalilimutan. Yung mga senador who voted to allow me to sit in the Senate in my protest way back in August 11, 2011. Pia Cayetano. So, hindi ko nalilimutan yun, Pia. So thank you very much. Bong, baka nalimutan mo na, but you were part of it. Thank you very much, Bong. And of course, returning Senator Kiko Pangilinan and former Senator Greg Onasan and Sonny Trillanes, and also Lito Lapid was a member of the set. And I just want to make it of record, Mr. President, the justices from the Supreme Court who made possible my stint as a senator, then Senior Associate Justice, the chairman of the set, Antonio Carpio, Associate Justice Teresita Leonardo de Castro, and Associate Justice Arturo Brion. So this chapter in my life, while unconventional, set the tone for the kind of public service I aspired to offer. One rooted in truth and justice, constitutionalism, rule of law, and the unwavering dedication to serve the people's interest. Napansin nga ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, because this is our last day, so I'm about to end my tenure as a senator. Sabi niya, ang bookends ng political life mo, andito si Comelec sa umpisa, andito pa rin si Comelec sa dulo. So, because, if you remember, my dear colleagues, last December 11, 2024, you were already congratulating me. Oh, but that was 6 months ago. So 6 months later, hindi pa rin tapos ang issue na yon. So I hope nagdilang anghel kayo nung 6 months ago, Mr. President. In 2016, this chamber entrusted me with the honor of being Senate President, a role previously held by my father, Senate President Nene Pimentel. Can I reveal, Ma'am Lauren, can I reveal that ikaw may kasalanan nito? Yes, opo. Wala po akong ambisyon. Ako po'y tinawagan ni Senator Lauren at sinabihan na, mag-ambisyon ka maging Senate President. Okay, so for 22 months, I endeavored to uphold my vision of a Philippine society which is just and fair, which saves and shares, scientific, peaceful, educated, healthy, democratic, and which is most of all happy and free with overflowing love of God and country. So passing a law is a collective effort. So together, all of us, during my time as Senate President, we started or passed landmark measures. Free tuition, free irrigation, the wage increases for public servants, the doubling of the base pay of military and uniform personnel, free public Wi-Fi, and extended the validity of passports and driver's licenses, care of Senator Grace po, the Bangsamoro Organic Act, Mig sa'yo to, which is the effort of Migs Subiri, the universal access to quality tertiary education, the train law, especially that aspect which lowered personal income tax rates, the ease of doing business, Mental Health Act, to name a few. I would also like to thank all of you for helping me pass or for designating me to be the sponsor or co-sponsor of many other laws involving creation of courts, the NBI Modernization Act, the Estate Tax Amnesty Law, the Retail Trade Liberalization Amendments, the creation of the Department of Migrant Workers, sa'yo to, Joel, the Creative Industries Development Act and the Centenarians Act, both laws with the help of IME, the Government Procurement Reform Act, the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act with the help of TOL, among others. One of the great privileges of serving in this chamber has been meeting and learning from some of the finest minds in our country's political and legislative history. I am grateful to have learned from their wisdom and, of course, from your wisdom, my dear colleagues, and your wit and your statesmanship. My time as minority leader has been most fulfilling too. I have learned a lot having been forced to read almost all of your bills. Totoo. Pero hindi kaya. Kaya I said almost all. So I thank my compatriot in the minority of two, Senator Risa Ontiveros, for electing me as the minority leader. Ganun kasimple yung aming eleksyon, actually, Mr. President. So, iwan ko na lang po sa inyo bilang pakiusap ko ang mga panukalang batas na na-file ko na sumasalamin sa aking mga personal na advokasya. Kabilang dito ang pagtatag ng ospital para sa mga senior citizens. Saan si Senator Bongo? Sana pansinin naman niya ito. Ang modernisasyon ng Philippine Orthopedic Hospital. Ito, pag-isipan niyo po ito na mabuti, ang pagbuwag ng travel tax. Because, I mean, nasa Constitution kasi that we have the right to travel, so we do not tax a right. At ang integrasyon ng computer programming sa basic education curriculum. Sinusulong ko rin ang reforma sa People's Initiative and Referendum Act, pakitingin na lang po. And also, I filed some measures designed to discourage negligence and recklessness, yung tinatawag na mga quasi-offenses, sa dami ng mga aksidente ng mga bus, mga heavy vehicles leading to injuries as well as loss of lives. Pag-aralan po natin ito. Marami akong lessons learned. For example, saan ako nagkamali, paano nyo kami nautakan, oh. Yes, paano nautakan ng majority ay minority. Tapos, actually may pagkakamali kami na present kaming dalawa. Kung absent yung isa, meron sana kaming parliamentary maneuver na nagawa. Pero hindi ko na muna i-detalye, ikwento lahat ito. Kasi ang bala ko isulat ito sa isang libro para naman merong pang bumili ng libro ko. Okay? So I owe this journey to many. Hindi ko po ito narating ng mag-isa. So to my colleagues, all of you, so if I look around, I think I've spent enough time in this chamber and I've been siguro so involved in your professional lives that I think I have personal relationships with all of you. Actually, with all of you. Ito, si Sila Bato, si Bongo, si Robin. May kaso pa nga kami. We are fighting over a political party. And because of that, I have been forced to look for another political party. So party mates ko na, Tita Cynthia, Amy Marcos, Mark Villar, Pia Cayetano. So I really have, I believe I have personal relationships with all of you. So I want to thank all of you. The Senate is not a place for echo chambers, but for courageous discourse. In diversity, we find democracy's heartbeat. Salamat for debating with me. I learned a lot from using my kokote. And I believe this is also an anti-Alzheimer's measure. Diba? So, maraming salamat po muli sa inyo lahat. Pero siguro, kung meron man nasaktan sa 13 years ko rito sa Senado, kasi siyempre na-involved din tayo sa some highly political issues eh. Kung meron pong nasaktan sa aking mga kilos, nasabi, actions or na-file, I beg for your understanding. And I pray that with the passage of time, you will find it in your heart to forgive me. So ganun lang po. If ever lang. If ever. Okay, so I'm assuming meron kasi lahat tayo dito, sensitive eh. Karamihan sa atin rito sensitive. So, basta ulitin ko to my dear colleagues, I really thank you. No? You have been all very kind to me. You have been all very good to me. And you have been all, i-all ko na lang para hindi na natin isipin. You have been all very generous to me. Okay. To the Senate Secretariat and staff, the OSAA, even our cleaning staff, thank you for keeping this institution alive day in and day out. Your work, often unseen, ensures that the Senate remains a bastion of democracy. Lahat po tayo may ambag to making the Senate a bastion of democracy. So to my own staff, sana staff ko, may dito konti, okay. Thank you for making me more efficient by multiplying the number of my mini-me's. Yan sila. So I hope meron po kayo I hope meron kayong natutunan sa time ninyo sa akin, and congratulations to all of my staff who have been hired by incoming senators. So to my family, Kat is here. Kat, my wife, she's the commander-in-chief I mentioned earlier. My mother, si Nanay Bing, of course my siblings, and my classmates and my close friends. Your faith in me has been my anchor. Public service demands long hours and personal sacrifice. Thank you for your prayers, understanding, and actual support. To the people of the Philippines, you entrusted me not only with votes, but with your hopes. I hope my service has honored that trust. Though I leave this chamber, I remain your public servant in my capacity as a lawyer and as a concerned and involved citizen, advocating for federalism and faster local development, for a just and fair society, and for preferential focus on the poor. I also leave you with one wish. May the laws you pass rescue the poor and helpless and deliver them from the grasp of evil people, as it is written in Psalm 82:4. I leave carrying with me the lessons from this chamber, the friendships I have made, and the love I have deepened for this country. Public office is borrowed time, and my time here, though ending, will always remain a chapter I will cherish. It has been the honor of my life to serve you as Senator of the Republic of the Philippines. Maraming salamat po sa sambayanang Pilipinas.